Okay, now let's check yourself up with the forecasting a project operating cash flow. The problem is the Crockett Clothing Company is reconsidering its sewing machine, right? So the project is about sewing machine. Investment in light of a change in its expectations regarding project revenues. The firm management wants to know the impact of a decrease in expected revenue from 360K to 240K per year. What would be the project operating cash flow under the revised revenue estimate, or 240,000? Right. So what you need to do is to find all related cash flow from time 0 to time at the end of time 5, right? So time 0 means what? Now, right? Initial outlay. Okay. So picture the problem step 1. Okay. So here is the information given, right? The equipment is 200,000. You know this from the question. Equipment 200,000. Project life 5 years. Salvage value 0. Depreciation 40,000. How do you get 40,000? Equipment, right, minus salvage value 0 divided by the class life. Let's say assume that project life equals to the useful life of asset, right? So depreciation will be 200,000 divided by 5, or 40,000, okay, per year. Cash operating expense is 5,000 per year. Revenue from the question to 40,000 per year. The growth rate for revenue 0%. Cost of goods sold per revenue 60%. So the growth rate for revenue 0% means the revenue will be equal, right, for 5 years. Cost of goods sold will be equal at 60% of revenue. Investment in net operating working capital, or what? At the beginning, right? You spend cash for working capital at what? 78,000. Rate of return or discount rate 20%, tax rate 30%. So you can calculate operating cash flow, right, at time t by using, again, formula, right? EBIT after tax, add back with depreciation. Since there is no change in revenue, right, because growth rate of revenue 0 or other source of cash flow from year to year, the total operating cash flow will be the same every year, right? At you see year 1 to year 5, project revenue growth will be 0, so revenue will be equal, right, at 240,000 minus with 60% of revenue, right, or 144,000 equals to gross profit 96,000, and then you subtract with cash operating expense 5,000 minus with depreciation 40,000, you get EBIT 51,000, and then subtract with tax 30%, you get 15300 equals to net operating profit after tax 35700. Add back with DP, right, because this is non-cash item, 40,000. So you get what? Operating cash flow 75700 for year 1 to year 5. Right. So here is the how to get the new net present value or net present value, right? Will be the summation of all discount expected cash flow, right? From year 1 to year 5. You see, at year 0, you don't need to make net present value because it's already now, right? It's already time 0. But year 1 to year 5, you need to discount by using required rate of return or discount rate. So compute NPV for based on the following additional assumption. So at time 0, right, you use working capital for the project 70,000, right? It should be cash outflow. And for year, at the end of year 5 or at the end of project life, you must liquidate all the working capital, right? So you get cash inflow 70,000 at discount rate 15%, right? You see, this is the stream of cash flow, right? You see, year 0 is initial outlay, right? You pay 200,000, right, for equipment, and then you got to also pay 70,000, right, as initial working capital. So IO will be 270,000. It's negative because it's cash outflow. And the cash flow from year 1 to year 4, right? You see, we have operating cash flow, right? 75700 based on your calculation. I will show you that. except year 5, not only you get what operating cash flow of 75700, but you also get what working capital, right? Because you want to liquidate everything, so you have to add back with working capital 70,000. So at the end of year 5, cash flow is 145,700. And then you go back to this formula, you discount by 15%, right, based on the question, so that you get net present value based on the formula, right? Net present value equals to 18560 except the project because it's positive NPV.